sometimes like I'll be having a conversation with you. I'm like, are you me?
Are you my spirit animal?
Are you my spirit animal?
Yes, one with male genitalia.
Okay, you didn't have to go there.
Those tan lines, Hush Mama. Damn. Where were you?
I was in Boracay, but you knew this already. But
did.
way to start the episode.
We had to start it somehow.
Well, yeah, that's true. So I just came back from Boracay, and actually I'm kind of disappointed.
Humble flex alert. No, I was kidding.
No, but oh my God, you throw me off every time. No, but honestly, I'm kind of disappointed in the tan lines because I am half brown, right? And I've always been...
You're disappointed because you didn't go nude and you have bikini lines.
No, I'm disappointed because I didn't get like 3 shades darker like I thought I would.
I think you're quite dark right now.
But okay.
Okay, but I'm wondering why is like just your eyes not tanned?
Because
Did you have super small sunglasses though?
I did. I have those like really trendy, tiny little sunglasses. Okay, stop making fun of me. Stop staring at me.
You look like a raccoon.
You fucking look away. God damn it. No, okay. So, but it was honestly such a good trip. We were only there for 3 days. And this is a true flex, okay? Make no mistake.
All
I am
right.
flexing this right now. Guess how much our trip was? It was 3 nights, 4 days. Include in Boracay, Philippines.
In Philippines, which is super cheap.
Yeah.
So are you talking about like cost per person?
Yeah, just how much I paid, including flights and like stay, accommodation, everything, like all our fun activities.
All right, how much?
Guess.
Like $1,000?
It's less than $500.
What?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I'm not gonna break it down right now, but basically we were very frugal-ish, but we still did everything we wanted to do.
But you know what? It kind of makes sense because how many people did you go with?
3 other girls.
Including you, plus you.
Yeah.
So four total.
Four total.
So yeah, I think it would be hard to do a $500 trip if you did it alone. But with all of you guys combined, I feel like that is quite possible. And you guys could still do like a lot of stuff.
No, it's also because, okay, this is so relevant because I'm a planner. I'm super type A. You know this. I'm super anal about like planning.
Mom.
Yeah, I'm the mom. But usually there's only one mom in the group, right?
True. So annoying.
But with this group, 3 of us were the mom.
Damn. How did that work out?
It was really funny because, I mean, we're all really close. But it was the first time, like, literally just the 4 of us went. And then our one friend is just super chill about everything. And she's very easygoing. And then the 3 of us were just, like, always like, okay, what's our next move? What are we doing? This is our plan. This is, like, my fucking spreadsheet. So, what was it like?
Okay, question. So, was having 3 moms on the trip better? Like, did it make your guys' trip better?
I would say so. It was super efficient. We made decisions really quickly.
Yeah, and you guys saved a bunch of money.
But the one thing is, like, I think because usually the mom of every friend group, they're so used to just operating alone and being that sole figure. It throws people off when you have other moms like making decisions.
Yeah, because it might conflict.
It's like, hold up, bitch. Like, I'm the one that's making the decision. So, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I'm like a chiller mom, but like at one point my 2 friends, they were like calculating the money stuff differently. And it was just funny because it's like they were both getting triggered by the same thing. And usually I'd be getting triggered too, but I was like, okay, you know what? There's fucking 3 of us. I'm just going to sit this one out.
Yeah, because there were more hardcore moms.
I would say not even, because I feel like every mom has a area that they're more passionate about.
True.
So for me, I'm more anal about like, let's say
everything.
Okay. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but all this kind of relates to our topic for today.
It does relate to our topic because today we're going to be talking about friends and how we arrange our time with friends. We're going to be talking about money with friends, how we communicate with them, and things like group dynamics, especially things like group chat dynamics. You know, we all know we have those group chats and we have those, you know, characters in those chat rooms. So let's talk about it. First of all, we can start off by just acknowledging the wide known fact that meeting up with friends at a certain designated place in space and time in the 21st century is a little miracle.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's a little miracle. Every time you meet someone, like at the time and place that you guys said you would meet, it's a little miracle.
That's true. Even today, I was supposed to meet my friends near my house, like at a cafe, but then literally 2 minutes before we were supposed to meet, it was like, actually, there's another cafe nearby, and it's like, text me the address, and it's like, we went there, but then it was full. So within the span of 5 minutes, everything changed.
Yeah. But you guys did end up meeting.
Yeah.
That's kind of still good.
But like you said, it's still hard to, you can't like in advance be like, this is specifically where we're going to meet at this time.
It's true. And
like everybody shows up on time.
You kind of like have always in the back of your mind that the time and place might change. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's kind of expected.
So it's good. Like now I think because we can like get in touch with each other so quickly, people are a lot more flexible, but at the same time, that makes shit harder.
Yeah, like I think being flexible is good, but what's kind of unfortunate is that because of the flexibility that is expected from everyone, people seem to value like appointments a little bit less, or not value, but like take appointments a little bit easier because there's always the opportunity to change or
get out of it.
Or get out of it at the last minute. And actually, I have an interesting story. I used to work in North Korea, in Pyongyang. That's probably a whole nother...
Pyongyang.
In Pyongyang, yeah, that's probably a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
But I did used to work there at a university.
It's fucking wild.
It is wild. And what was really mind-blowing was on campus, students are not allowed to have phones. And even outside of the university campus, not a lot of people do have phones.
But they do have smartphones?
They do.
And what is the brand?
It's called...
Is it like...
it's Arirang, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like the galaxy of NK.
Yes.
Arirang.
Yeah, and they use Android.
Sponsored by Arirang.
Sponsored by, Kim Jong-un. Shout out to Kim Jong-un.
Kim
Yo,
Jong,
Young, what's
man.
up, my man?
Oh, no,
I'm in the South now. Hit me up, bro.
Oh my God, you're gonna turn up dead tomorrow.
No, we're tight.
We're tight, okay.
Okay, so because not a lot of people have phones, and on campus it's completely banned, when students want to meet up with me, they...
Wait, students want to meet up with you?
Yeah, man, I'm cool, man. Of course they want to meet the foreigner and talk to them and have lunch with each other. They would literally come up and be like, okay, so what time are we meeting? And I'm like, okay, like what about Thursday? It's like, okay, Thursday, what time? And then I'm like, 12 o'clock? Okay, 12 o'clock. Where? And like, at the cafeteria. And then they would like reconfirm, okay, Thursday, 12 o'clock at the cafeteria. We will meet you there. I'm like, yeah. And what's incredible is that even without any communication with them, like even for a week, they show up on Thursday at the designated time and place.
Damn, these North Koreans.
And
punctual.
I think one of the, it's like the punctual, but also because they don't have the flexibility to change the schedule last minute because they don't have those, the technology for communication. Time and space is, I think, more valued.
I kind of love that because back in the day, before smartphones, I remember even in middle school or something, I didn't have a phone. I was out of everybody in my grade, I remember I was like the last person to get a phone.
So you had no friends?
No, that's not true. No, but it was more like when we had to meet up, I would sometimes like borrow my mom's phone. If it was like going to be a long thing, but if it was just a quick lunch or something, my mom would be like, you can survive without a phone, just go. So I would have to confirm with my friends like, okay, 2 p.m. this mall.
Yeah, you got to plan in advance.
And you can't change anything. You can't be late because like then you have no way to contact them. So yeah, I kind of do miss that sometimes because now it's like...
No one, like when you arrange a time and place,
it's not
like
sacred anymore.
That's a good word. It's not sacred anymore. And it's kind of unfortunate. Like, I don't think that we need to be necessarily like military strict like North Korea, but it's too loose, in my personal opinion.
But now it's also like everybody constantly has to follow up with each other. So even with us, like we'll be like, okay, let's meet up this Sunday, 7 p.m. It's like we have to at least confirm like the day before and again on the day of. But I think that's a good thing too. Like you're just being respectful because you know what? Have you ever had those appointments where you make friends with somebody and then you know what's coming up, but you like don't follow up and because you're not as committed.
Also,
and then if the other person also doesn't follow up, that appointment just falls through.
like mutual fallout. Yeah.
So I actually really don't like it when that happens, but because it just means like, okay, why were we being fake and like saying we wanted to meet in the first place when clearly it's not a priority for either one of us.
Yeah, I totally agree. So definitely checking up on each other before the appointment is good, but the problem is not everyone does that, you know? So if you do that, yeah, that's good. But sometimes like you have to be the one that's always asking like, hey, like, are we actually meeting up? Like, is this still on? And then the other person would be like, oh yeah. Or, oh
shit, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot. Actually, I'm double booked now.
Right. Or
I'll drop by.
Or they don't check the message. Or
at all.
Yeah.
Honestly, that infuriates me.
It's disrespectful.
But that rarely happens to me. I feel like
it's not that common.
Yeah, it's not that common because that's just a blatant disrespect of your time.
That's just a straight up diss.
Yeah. Because I'm a terrible person to make plans with because as Shin knows very well, I'm late to everything all the time.
Yeah, you're late, but I don't think being late is the worst part.
Oh no.
I'm not saying there's worse parts about you. I'm saying like I don't think it's that bad is what I'm saying.
No, I think it's bad because my inner conflict is I do respect people's time. So when I'm late, it upsets me that I'm late, but it's like I'm just a terrible human being and
I'm just hush mama. Like deal with it.
It's just who I am. I am what I am. No, but for real, it does upset like I'm not in a good mood.
So
like it's
you
not gonna
yourself
ruin
would
my
like
day.
to be a better person.
Yeah, it's not gonna like destroy my day, but it's like that negative feeling that I do have.
I think as long as you're communicative about it, it's all right. Like as long as you let them know in advance that you're going to be late, and as long as you say, "Hey, like I'm sorry," like when you do arrive eventually.
Do I do that? Am I communicative when I'm late?
I think you're usually good.
Okay.
Today you didn't communicate about being late.
Oh, honestly, I thought I wasn't going to be late today. It's because I was in a cab. Okay, I'm sorry. Just being called out.
It's all cool.
Middle of our podcast.
So regarding that, I'm actually I'm a very punctual person.
Yeah.
And in order to be punctual, it takes a lot of energy and it stresses myself out to be so punctual because you have to prepare in advance.
Are you one of those people that are punctual, like you make it to a place on the dot, or are you one of those people that's always like 5-10 minutes early?
Not necessarily always 5-10 minutes early, but at least on time. So it stresses me out because even if I don't want to be that punctual person, it's just in my nature to be punctual. And here's the thing, not everyone can be punctual. Like I understand that people, like just because you're not punctual doesn't mean you don't disrespect the other person, you know, like let's say you're my friend and you're always late, doesn't mean you disrespect me. It's just like kind of like
who you are. You're
exactly.
Just a trash human being.
No. I'm
just kidding.
It's just, you know, a lot of people do have a hard time being punctual, and I understand that. The problem is, even if the other person is not punctual, like I still get stressed out about trying to be punctual. So I've developed like a system of dividing friends into punctual and non-punctual friends, and then me designating the appropriate amount of energy to meet them at the right time. So for instance, there's a friend that's habitually late. Then I put them into the category.
Call them out. Just kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
So many. I just categorize them into a group of friends where I say, you know what? It's okay if I'm late for them. And it's okay if I cancel the appointment.
Okay.
And I just tell myself that. And that helps me de-stress.
Yeah.
And then if there's a friend that is very punctual, then I will also try to respect their time as much as I could.
You'll put more energy into honoring that appointment.
So instead of trying to be punctual for everyone, I try to be punctual for those who are punctual, and I try to be very, very casual about those who aren't.
That's actually a pretty good system.
It's the only way that I can be not stressed about it. Yeah.
That's so interesting. I think my friends tell me this all the time. They're like, oh, when I make an appointment with Hush Mama, like I show up 15 minutes late because
Hush
she's
Mama
going to
time.
be, it's Hush Mama time. Well, you can say brown people time because I'm brown, right? Or
half.
Yeah.
But you're double the late.
double. What does that even
Half
mean?
the brown, but double the late.
No, I'm not. Okay, I'm not one of those like super late people. I think I realize my timing. I'm always 15, 20 minutes late. Like always.
What's kind of good about renting out time for the studio though is that you can't be late and you're
Oh my
usually
God,
on
yeah.
time.
That's true. I'm just late to our pre-recording.
You're
time.
late to shit that doesn't matter to you, and then shit that does matter, aka recording, you're like always
I'm
on
a show
time.
up for this.
I'm a show up for this.
But I'm always also late for work all the time. But it's because I don't respect my work.
Wow.
Real talk.
Or the people that you work with.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hardcore diss right
well,
there.
not everyone, but my boss. Just kidding. Not really.
So, there are those friends, right? Like that you sometimes make appointments with, but aren't really, you don't really respect it.
Yo, this reminds me of this one friend I had in college. I almost feel guilty even calling our relationship like a friendship. But basically, we all have those friends like, first day of orientation
Oh, yeah.
in college.
You become so close with your orientation buddies.
Although I wasn't even, okay, so I'm just going to say his name because,
You probably will never meet him again.
yeah, I'll never see him again. His name is Veer.
Veer,
And
this is about you.
Veer, this goes out to Veer. But basically, we met first day of orientation week, and it was during international student orientation.
Uh-huh.
So it was just all like the
foreign
international foreign kids, and Veer was from India. And because I grew up in India, like I lived there for 4 years, I was just like, yes, Indian friends. So we exchanged numbers and we're like, yo, we need to hang out more, right? Like, let's hang out, like school starting, like new life in college. Yeah. And fast forward, we never hung out. But then but the fucking awkward thing is we constantly ran into each other, obviously, over the course of 4 years.
Yeah.
And it would always be the same thing. It's like, oh, hey, Veer. Oh, hey, Hush
man,
Mama.
like, we gotta hang out.
Yo, we gotta hang out. Yeah, for sure. And then, like, it ends there. And it's like 3 months later, we bump into each other. Same thing. And this happened for 4 fucking
Totally
years.
relatable.
Yeah. And honestly, at the end of it, by the time senior year came around, I think Veer was actually a bit mad. And I'm gonna own up to this and say, I think it was more my fault.
Yeah, he probably did want to meet you.
Not even that, but like, for example, like senior year, he was like, okay, you know what? We're already seniors now. This is fucking ridiculous. Let's go hang out.
He called you out.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, that's so true. But how about I'll reach out to you. Like,
That's
I'll
a
contact
flake.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was being flaky. But I think at that point, it was like, he was so far down at the bottom of my whatever
Yeah.
friendship like priority list. Like, he
Yeah.
wasn't even really a friend, right? At this point, we never even had a real conversation other than, yay, good to see you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm on my way to class. Oh.
So it's not even like he was your friend. Like, it's
Yeah.
more like it's kind of awkward. Like, I can't like just straight up ignore you, but at the
was like
same time,
we
like we're not
missed-
really friends.
We missed that time frame where it was like
be friends.
Yeah, to be friends. And then it just became this like awkward thing. So I don't know. Like, your
Understandable.
friendship ranking thing just reminded me of Veer. Here's
That
to you,
makes sense.
Veer.
But here's the thing about my friendship ranking. People who are in the other class of the ranking doesn't mean that they're friends that are less important to me. Not at all. Both are
Yeah.
very, very like dear to me in the same way. The only thing is that I,
Just strictly in terms of making plans with them.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that
Kind
makes
of like
sense.
that.
No, I mean, you love your friends.
I do. But I mean, it's hard. Like, and honestly, I've cut off a few friends that I've tried to hang out with one or, several times and they're always busy. And you know what? Like, bitch, I'm busy too, Or,
Yeah, bitch, Shin's busy.
or it's not always a girl like, what do you call a guy? What's the guy code? Like,
I call guys bitches too. So
yeah. But some people are like, you know what? That's a very like a term slang against women. Like, why don't you use the equivalent of men?
I call both of them bitches. I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, me too. So, anyways, bitch, like I'm like, what do you like? What am I like? Have a bunch of free time like all the
Yeah.
time? Like I'm busy too. Like I'm trying to make time to meet you, and so for me, it's like if you don't respond in a way where you actually do want to try to hang out, like I just interpret that as well. I'm probably not that important. So,
But honestly, usually sometimes that is the case.
okay, so yes, it is the case that you're so. Oh, you mean that I'm not that important?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a hard fact.
But I also realized that some people, we all have friends who are going through depression or some sort of like
True.
bad phase in their life. So I did notice that some friends, when they're being super flaky with me and weird, like later on, they're like, oh, okay, I was in like a depressed state, or
That makes sense.
my family, something happened, tragic, bad, stuff like that. So I think it doesn't always mean that, but usually it does.
But these super busy people like have other appointments. Like they meet up with friends.
Yeah.
Like
Honestly, it's so
they have time to chill.
It's fucking disrespectful when they're like, oh, I'm so busy. I'm like swamped with everything and I don't even have time. But it's like on their Insta story, they're at a cafe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what?
And this is kind of like my personal opinion, which is that no matter how busy you are, you can always make time. Like let's talk about like the most busy people in the world, like the CEO, like Jeff Bezos, of Amazon, or like Bill Gates. Like, yeah, they're super busy people, but I'm sure they have time for their family and friends. Like, it's just a fact. And there is like a period where you're so stressed, you don't want to think about anything else. Like, I understand that, but you can't be like that for your whole life.
Yeah. No, because this goes back to like what I was saying. Because, we all have the same 24 hours. And honestly, most people that are in my life, like most people I know, are super busy.
Yeah, including you.
Yeah.
Including me.
But then when I say like, okay, let's hang out, and then that person's like, no, I'm so busy. I don't have time for anything or anyone. And then they post on their story, like hanging out. Like, it's totally fine that you are hanging out. And obviously, like you said, not everyone who's fucking busy is like busy every second of every day.
Yeah.
But I feel like you should communicate it, and that like, actually, I don't have the space to like, maybe can we just reschedule our time another time and just like leave it at that? But it's like, oh my God, I'm so busy constantly.
Yeah, like exaggerating it.
I can't even like breathe. I don't even have time to eat. But it's like they're chilling all the time on their story. I'm like, okay, honestly, that just makes things so much worse.
It does.
So I mean, that's what I mean by we're just not their priority if that happens, and that's fine. That's fine. Communicate it in a way that's maybe
True. Or don't communicate it because like I got the message.
Yeah, I got the message.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't happen to me that frequently because I'm fun to hang out with.
I'm the life of the party, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. So Shin's having a birthday party next week, so
it's gonna be so bomb.
I will let you guys know if he truly is the life of the party, because I've actually never.
I thought you were gonna say, so I will let you know if I can make it.
Yeah, that too. I'm just kidding.
So hurt.
No,
but okay, but here's the thing. If someone says, oh, I'm super busy, like I really can't this week, or I really can't this time, I really do think the onus is on them. Like, then they have to be the one that approaches you first, because then I feel respected. If they're the one that says, oh, I'm so busy, then they should make the effort next time to be like, hey, do you want to hang out?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to ask someone to hang out
you feel
after being rejected like 2 times. Like, no one wants to do that.
I'm the type of friend that actually, it's very rare for me that I'll go out of my way and make plans. I'm never going to be like, oh my gosh, and there's this cool thing that's happening here, let's go. I'm more the type of person that says yes to everything.
Because you get so many invites to
not
so
even.
much shit.
No.
Because you're the life of the party.
Okay, no, shut up. It's not that. It's more like because I live in like near in Itaewon,
the center of the world,
the center of my universe, at least. No, because I live there and I have so many friends that live nearby. There's always somebody doing something near me, and they're like, "Do you want to do this?" And I'm always like, "Down."
Yeah.
Let's do this. Down. And I'm like, and you know what? I realized like later on that, you know what? I never like call people and ask them to do things. So I actually had to communicate that to a few friends like in the past, where I'm like, me not making plans with you first isn't that I don't care. It's not because I don't care about you. It's because
I'm so popular and you kind of have to be on the wait list.
No, it's not that. It's literally, it's just like, I'm not wired that way. Like, I need somebody to suggest something, and then I will be
in response,
proactive.
I'll always be the yes man. Like, I'll probably not reject you.
Yeah, me.
Unless it's Shin's birthday party, where I probably have to think about it.
It's a hard maybe for that. I just don't know if it's going to be worth
Oh my God, shedding a tear right now.
He actually is. Actually, it's kind of glistening. But you know what I did want to... You know what I want to talk about, though? Making plans in a group chat.
Ooh, group chat dynamics.
Yeah.
Because everyone has different characters in a group chat.
Yeah. There's like the same like 7 people in every group
So
chat.
let's list it down, the type of people. So first off, we have someone like the silent lurker.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They never respond, but they're reading everything.
Yeah, and it's kind of awkward. It's like,
It's like, are you with us?
yeah,
Or
but
not?
but they're reading everything. And also they're silent even when it's like, okay, like what are everyone's opinions on this?
like,
and then
let's
they'll
make a
still
decision.
not say anything for that.
And you need to call them out.
Yeah, and it's like, so this person, like, what do you think? And then they'll be like, this.
Yeah,
know?
what is
Why?
up with that?
I don't know. Maybe they want attention.
Maybe, or maybe they're so lazy. Either way,
Either way, it's kind of annoying.
it's kind of annoying.
So then, how about we first talk about what we are in a group chat dynamic? Like,
Oh, I can guess you.
what am I?
You are the earnest mom.
I am the earnest mom. / kind of like random joker.
A random joker. Oh,
yeah,
that's
or
me
I throw
too.
shit. Yeah. I think we are similar
Yeah, that's true. That's,
group chat people.
Yeah, I think that's literally me.
So what is the earnest mom? People that try to get shit going, people that try
Yeah,
to like
bringing people together,
bring
making
people up to
decisions.
speed,
If
making
everyone,
decisions.
Yeah, if everyone's being like ambivalent, it's like, okay, is that a yes or no?
Yes, exactly.
Making the polls in the group chat,
and the announcements.
the announcements. Oh, you do that too?
Yeah, I pinned that shit up.
Oh, you gotta pin. For people that
But
don't
no one looks at it.
No, for people that don't know, everybody in Korea uses Kakao Talk. And they have poll features and they also have announcement features that you can pin to the top of the group chat.
Yeah.
So everyone sees it.
Yeah, and
Doesn't always mean
And I'm the
everyone will
one
see
that's making the spreadsheets. I'm the one that's
it.
budgeting.
Same. I get really aroused by a really well-made spreadsheet.
Hush Mama gets really
Yeah.
aroused.
Like, show me
Boys?
that Excel sheet, baby.
Oh, those
No, I know,
columns.
it's spreadsheet
That conditional formatting.
I
oh
love
my,
it.
That data validation.
Color-coded?
You got to see my birthday party RSVP. It's so funny.
Really?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Show me later because
Okay.
I'm actually super serious.
All
I
right,
want to
I'll
see.
show you.
I'm always.
What if you
curious
get
how
too aroused
people-
though? Like that's awkward.
I mean, we'll see. 'Cause my Excel game is pretty damn strong. So
Nice.
no, but anyways, what were we saying?
So let's talk about the other group chat
Right.
characters.
Oh, like you said, kind of the Joker. There's always somebody that's kind of funny with their off-topic comments and like,
And they share like random memes, random pictures, random videos.
but always kind of at the wrong time.
Hmm.
Or I mean, like, it could, if no one's talking, just sharing a random funny thing, that's fine. But it's like when you're in the middle of having like a spirited conversation or like trying to make plans and they're like totally going off topic
Yeah.
with something funny, it's like, that's great, but can we stay on track? Again, like I'll be that mom that's like, okay, that's funny, but can we seriously
Yeah,
talk about what's at hand?
true. Because you're like, it takes so much energy to like get people's focus and
It
attention in the
does.
group chat. And then when someone like throws a freaking meme or YouTube video in the middle of it and people are like, ha, 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 you're like,
Yeah, and going off
fuck,
track
man,
and
no.
then
I got to do this again.
yeah, that's oh my gosh. Please, everybody, respect the mother figures in your group chats,
Yeah,
please, for the
it's
love of
true.
God.
Because
It's a
they make it
thankless
happen.
job.
it is a thankless job.
It really is.
And if you don't have the mom figure, like, yes, the mom figure is annoying sometimes,
Yeah.
but if you don't have them, like, nothing's going to get
I'll
done.
admit it, I'm fucking annoying, but
I can be annoying too.
I get shit done.
True.
That's what.
And like everyone
Yeah.
eventually has like an awesome time, and guess who made it?
guess who made it? I birthed this event,
I-
bitches.
This came outside of me. No,
No, that sounds weird.
well, yeah, it like came out of me.
Yeah, right. Okay, moving
That's
on.
what birthing means.
Yep, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hush Mama's super uncomfortable right now.
No. And then there is that other friend that's not part of the core group, but they're
Yes.
just awkwardly
Like they somehow got
they're
invited
like
to the group.
borderline within your friend group, but not really.
Yeah.
That's awkward.
It is awkward because they can't be like super chum about everything,
Do you
or they
ever-
can't be super chum about inside jokes.
No, but yeah, that's true. Like they don't get the inside jokes, or
Yeah.
they're not like in all of the hangouts.
And
'cause
then so
not
they're
all-
like awkwardly quiet.
yeah. Do you ever wonder if you're that friend in some?
I
group
hope
chats?
not. Honestly, I don't think I am of any that I am in currently.
Oh, okay. How many group chats are you in?
I would say 4 active group chats. Really? Yeah.
Okay, I think mine's really bad because I counted the other day and I counted 15.
That's
And they're active.
excessive.
And they're active, I would say, at least like once every 3 days. At
Damn,
least.
man.
but a lot of them are daily. And honestly, it's stressful, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm hush mama. I gotta
I
gotta get the life of the party.
No, it's not
rolling.
even that, because like a lot of them is for work too.
Oh, I excluded work.
No, but they're
chats.
always active, and it's like I need to be present there too.
Yeah,
So.
no, this is excluding work.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I saw this really cool meme on Instagram where it talked about how one day in the future, everyone in a certain group chat will be dead, and that room will be silent for infinity.
Oh my God.
Isn't that kind of like a crazy thought? Like that group chat will always exist, but since you're all dead, it's going to be silent.
That is kind of, yeah, that's dark.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if this is totally related, but I do want to share because my grandma is a fucking savage. So one,
I thought you were
so
going to say, my grandma's very ill, but it's like, she's a fucking savage.
no, she is a fucking savage. She is
Hush
90
grandma.
Hush Grammy. No, so she's like 95 years old. And one time I was sleeping and I was staying at her place at the time. And I was awoken from my slumber from the sound of my grandma and her friends chatting casually.
Jeez.
And the conversation went like this. Okay, so we're going to pool money. Like, I forget the exact. I think it was like $300 each, for example.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, and there was like a group of 5 grandmas, including my grandma. And then they were talking about how like the last person
Alive.
will get all the money.
Damn.
And then I think my grandma started it too. And she was like, I know for a fact that I'm going to be the winner. But the really funny thing is she's the oldest one.
Damn.
She's like 95 and most of them were like in their 80s. And then they were just like, it was just so dark because they were like, no, you're going to die first. No, you're for sure going to die before me. And all these grandmas are like, you know, joking and laughing about it and be like, no, I'm going to take all your dead bitches' money. It's going to be in my bag. And I was just like, that's so interesting.
Yeah, man. They're very open about their mortality.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
I
know for a fact I'm not going to live for a very long time. So that would be a very
Wait,
bad
why
bet.
do you say that?
I don't know. Just like my
It's just
lifestyle
the-
choices.
It's just a vibe you get. It's like,
yeah, you know, like it's better to, you know, burn out than fade away, you know?
ooh.
Yeah.
I always feel like, I don't know. I think about death. I don't want to say a lot.
Hush Mom is a secret closet emo. Like, she's a goth.
No, but I do wonder, like, like whenever I read about like accidents, like freak accidents, I'm like, or every time I'm on a flight. Okay, for me, I think about death every time I'm on a flight.
Oh, all the time. Every time I'm on a flight, I'm like, I could die here.
Yeah.
And I wonder what would happen.
Like every time we're taking off, I'm like, are we gonna make it? And the landing.
For me, it's like turbulence, man.
Yo, turbulence too, but I'm just saying, like, regardless of turbulence, when it's taking off and when it's landing.
Yeah, statistically,
those two,
that's the most dangerous times.
exactly.
Yeah.
I should stop reading like statistics like that, but it just makes you think about stuff. Or sometimes when like something happens, like you're in a car and then it swerves a little bit,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my god, maybe I could have died.
Yeah. Like, I ride a motorcycle, so
Oh, yeah.
pretty much every
Yo.
single second I'm on that, I'm like, I could fucking die right
Okay,
now.
so
Every time I get off it, I'm like, oh, I'm alive.
I'm alive. No, I've been on Shin's motorcycle once, and honestly, I was fucking scared. It wasn't
And-
even my first time on a motorcycle, but I think the way
What? I'm a good driver.
do you call it would you call that driving, or is it like
Riding, I guess.
riding? I'm a good rider. I'm a rider.
I'm a rider. Ladies, I'm a good rider.
Okay, no. No, but basically, I just never want to be back there again because I saw my life flash before my eyes.
And it was awesome.
Was it awesome? I don't know.
You ride for that thrill, yo.
Yeah, not me. I'm a scaredy cat. I get scared about a lot of things. But anyways,
So then, okay, that was a huge tangent. Back
Yeah.
to the group chat dynamics. There
Right.
is the clueless one that doesn't
Never
read
reads the chats.
doesn't read the whole like long ass chat that you guys been having, and then they're like, okay, like missed the whole chat. What happened? Like, tell me what happened.
summarize it for me.
It's like, dude.
and I always like scroll up,
Yeah, seriously.
like read what we said earlier.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of funny shit there too, man.
Yeah.
Like, I like reading the texts that I missed.
seriously, One of my best friends is like that, and she's always like missing every day. She's like, oh, wait, when did we talk about that? I'm like, bitch, do you not read our
Do
chat
you
at
not
all?
read our group chat?
It's disrespectful. But who else are we missing?
There is sometimes, not in all cases, there's kind of like the sensitive one or the social justice warrior one where you're not, when you're with a group of friends, sometimes you can be vulgar, sometimes you can say things that aren't politically correct.
Yeah.
And there might be a member of the group chat that's just not down to have those types of discussions, and they can A, call you out, or B, you might not say vulgar things to friends that you're really close with because you're kind of like being careful of that person. So
that's true. I mean, I guess that depends on what kind of friend group you have. I feel like for me and my friends, when we make jokes, I don't think they really cross that big of a line, so no one ever calls anyone out.
But isn't it because everyone's cool about it?
That's true, but there are some things I wouldn't be cool about too, but it's just, okay, that's hard.
But I mean, for me, when I'm with my really close friends,
like anything goes.
I try to give my friends the benefit of the doubt. Like, just because you say this vulgar thing doesn't mean you're sexist, doesn't mean you're racist. Like, yeah, maybe you can take it a bit too far, but I try to have a kind of space that's open and where I don't have to always be careful.
Yeah, I think the same goes with me and my friends. It's very rare that we'll be like, okay, what was that?
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
Yeah. Like the whole group chat suddenly, whoa, that's fucked up.
No, yeah, I don't have that person in my group chat at all. But it doesn't mean that everything flies. I think it's like, it depends on what's been said.
True.
Like, for example, there was this one time, I think it depends if it's a joke or not.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Like, there was this one time a friend of mine was like, we're talking about domestic abuse.
Yeah.
And then my one friend was like, and it was like basically girl abusing the guy verbally. And then my one friend was like, and I was like, straight up, that's like domestic abuse. And then my one friend goes, it can't be domestic abuse because it's a girl doing it to a guy. And I was like, wait.
Whoa.
Hold up. Rewind.
Whoa.
Let me talk to you.
As a meninist.
Meninist? Don't say you're a meninist. That's not a good... That's not cool.
I'm just joking.
Oh my God. I'm that friend. No, just kidding. I'm the social justice
Did you
warrior.
see what just happened there? No. To clear the air,
Yeah.
I'm not actually a meninist.
Right.
But I'm also not a feminist. I'm like, I just want equal opportunities for all sexes.
I feel like we've had this conversation many times over beers.
We did.
We can talk about this another time.
Yeah, we'd like to bring in like a hardcore feminist and maybe like someone who's hardcore against it. And then, yeah, that'd be a really good conversation.
We'll see.
It could also ruin our political careers, but...
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I think, that's why we started this podcast at the same time, is to talk about...
To ruin our political career.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a shot at politics, I feel like.
What?
Because
Why?
you went to North Korea.
Yo, so what? I may be a North Korean spy. That doesn't mean anything, man. I can still be the president of...
Canada.
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister.
Actually, I can't be president or prime minister of any country because I was born in Korea, but I have Canadian citizenship, so I can't be
born in Korea.
Yeah, so I can't be a Korean president because I'm not Korean citizen, and I can't be a Canadian prime minister because I wasn't born in Canada.
Well, there you go, guys.
I could be a terrorist, though.
You could be a North Korean spy.
So hot.
Actually, have you watched the movie Berlin? It's about like North Korean spies, and actually they are hot.
It's actually based
on your life.
Yeah. I was consulted about that movie.
Okay. Honestly, love the movie though. Did you watch it?
No, but
It's
I
so
will
good.
check it out. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on
Okay,
Netflix.
cool.
Yeah, for sure watch it. It's called Berlin.
Have you noticed that in all South Korean movies about North Korean spies, all the North Koreans are super hot and super built? It's like,
I didn't notice
they call
the
it
super built
inminmom, the people's
really?
body.
The people's body.
Yeah,
damn.
because it's like hard lodong, like
labor.
Yeah, and then you just get
body.
the people's body. Yeah.
Don't sleep on North Koreans, guys.
Okay, but
Baby.
honestly, North Koreans, I did see their inminmon, like their bodies.
Yeah.
They're built, man. So they're skinny because they, don't get a lot of the
But is
calories.
it because they're all required to do like mandatory labor or something? Why are they all so
that
ripped?
and they're all really into sports.
Interesting.
Yeah, because sports is very fun if you don't have video
very
games.
fun. That's true.
But yeah, North Koreans are jacked, yo.
Man, I wish I could go. Like, I'm so jealous you just got to casually go. I'll never be able to go because I'm a Korean. Well, never say never, but
Yeah, you can go.
At,
I'll hook you up, man. Me and Jong-un, we'll hook you up.
Jong-un.
Me and Jong-un, we'll hook you up.
Kim Jong's.
But yeah, all of these guys had the people's body, and I had like the capitalist body.
Oh, shoot. The capitalist body.
The Shake Shack body.
The jiggly body.
No, actually, I'm pretty ripped too, guys.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Well, you can say whatever you want as long as nobody sees what you look like. Just kidding.
Okay, so then how about we move on to the second half of the topic where we talk about dealing with money and friends.
Money.
Because when you hang out with friends, you guys, there's going to be situations where you got to split money or pool money in advance or lend money. So
that's true. It's like, oh, when your friend like doesn't have money, it's like, oh, I
got you this time.
Me?
Yeah. And I think it's really common sense. I think a lot of this common sense. Like if you spot someone, like I expect to be repaid way, somehow.
Like you don't have to literally pay me back.
Yeah.
Cent for cent, but
you still do kind of owe me in that like space.
Mm-hmm. Are you one of those people? Okay, so when you split split, oh my God, I'm forgetting words. Yeah, are you basically I'm saying like if you have to pay a friend back, are you one of those people that pays it back right away?
Yeah, like I'm one of the rare
people. I love people like that.
I'm one of the rare people that feels very uncomfortable of having money owed to a friend. So let's say I split the bill with someone like after we just ate, I would feel very uncomfortable about not having paid them back yet until I pay them.
That's me too.
Yeah.
So do you remember the days pre-Venmo and like pre-mobile?
I've never made a Venmo payment.
Really?
Yeah.
No, because okay.
But okay, I know what you mean. Like online.
Because usually I'm the type of person where let's say like we're splitting a big dinner bill, and it drives me crazy when people are just like calculating every cent like together right in front of like the waiter or right in front of the register.
Yeah.
So I'm always the type of person that's like, okay, I'm gonna pay for everything first, and you guys pay me back later. Because I feel like that's more
so
time
much
efficient.
Work, though.
I know.
And you know what? A lot of times you do end up losing money.
Like in
one way or another. Like even if you organize like everyone to pay you back, like you do lose money.
Yeah, I definitely did pre-mobile.
Yeah.
Like,
but now with the mobile, it is a
now
lot
it's easy. Like with Venmo, I know you never used it, but Venmo's cool because you could request money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I've never actually used that feature because it made me feel weird to request money.
That's another thing that adds to stress. Like you definitely should be getting paid back, but you kind of feel guilty.
Chase them down.
You feel guilty about asking for it. Like you shouldn't have to feel guilty about it, but you do.
Yeah.
And you look like the cheap one when you're actually opposite of the cheap one.
Right. No, I've definitely lost out on a lot of money because I'm always like, okay, just pay me back later. And back when people still like use cash, they're like, oh, I don't have enough cash right now. I'll pay you next time. And it's like it never
happens.
It never happens. But then I also realize like if I'm gonna put that against like if it's going to negatively affect me that much, I should have the balls to bring it up with them.
Yeah. And
if I can't, I feel awkward to do it. That's just on me. So I always try to make it like I'll internalize it by saying like, okay, that was my treat.
Yeah.
And that way I don't have hard feelings for the person who forgets. Because sometimes people genuinely forget.
Okay, it's okay, but I'm not going to be responsible for their genuine forgetfulness
every single time. Yeah.
So for instance, if I have a friend that I've spotted or paid for and they were supposed to pay me back, but they didn't, next time in those situations where we're about to pay the bill, I would be the awkward person that doesn't say, okay, I got it this time. Like I remember it. So even though I look kind of cheap by not being the one that says, oh, I'll just get this, you can pay me back later, I won't be that person.
Yeah.
To that friend again. Doesn't mean we're not friends. We're still friends.
I know.
I'm going to be very strict.
Oh, it's like your friend system. It's like you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like your energy to make appointments and your energy to like
spot somebody.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to do it.
So for me, I think it's just part of my personality where like I don't like people feeling lost. Like, oh, how are we going to split this? And I don't like blah blah blah. So I think. I'm always like, no, I'm going to do it first. I'm going to calculate everything for everybody. And I'll like let you know exactly. Like I'll do the math for them. Yeah.
See, that's so good.
That's what I do. And whereas before, maybe it would be hard to get the money back. Now, because everything's mobile and we all have group chats, it's like I'll post like
how much I
yeah, I'll be like, okay, Shin, $25 and blah blah. But I'm also the type of person that I'll round everything down.
Me too.
I hate being petty about cents.
Me too. And yeah, like anytime I do that, I always pay the most, like because I feel guilty about asking people for money, so I always pay more.
You know, sometimes like I'll be having a conversation with you. I'm like, are you me?
Are you my spirit animal?
Are you my spirit animal?
Yes, one with male genitalia.
Okay, you didn't have to go there.
Well, you know, that might be the only difference.
Because technically, me and my brother, we have the same face. So he's basically Hush Mama with male genitalia.
Is he your spirit animal, though? Like,
not at all.
Exactly.
No. Okay. Anyways, so, okay, how about like splitting, not like paying back, but like when you do events, do you ever do events? Oh, like your birthday party.
Oh, yeah. And things like events, like there's always someone that needs to kind of like pay first, right?
Yeah.
So for events, I'm okay with paying first, but it really depends on the people. And also, I don't want to be rounding everyone up and them not being invested in it. And so sometimes getting money from people beforehand really helps
hard.
with them being invested in the event planning. Like, let's say I'm planning an event and I know this person's not going to be that invested in planning and things. If they put up money, like, guess what?
They're going to show
magically,
up.
Yeah, they magically become committed. They magically become more interested and they show up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I am kind of strategic about that.
No, me too. I mean, you know that me and my super big group of friends, we do...
Yeah, big events all the time.
Big events all the time.
Who pays?
So whoever plans will do it upfront. So if I'm planning something, like I'll pay upfront.
Did you get all your money back?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because like you said, whoever's not coming, they're not paying.
Yeah. So I guess then like those who...
You have to chase them down.
You got to chase them down.
Yeah, I'll literally be like, okay, if you don't RSVP, aka send me the money by this date, you're not invited.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
And then the people that are on the fence about it, a lot of them, they'll be like, fuck it. I'm just going to give it. And then guess what? They end up showing up.
They always show up. You never have someone who RSVPs money and then not show up.
The one time a friend didn't show up, it was because of a really legitimate excuse.
Yeah.
His mother was super ill.
You know it's legit when they RSVP money and they don't show up.
Yeah. And then they were like, keep it. Mm-hmm. Keep the money.
And you know what? I kind of in the future want to organize more events where you do have money being split and RSVP money because you can organize better events.
Yeah, that's
for cheaper. It's way better.
Honestly, like when me and my friends we plan stuff and we charge money, it's never for profit. In fact, we lose money in doing it, and that's totally fine. But it's just so we can have a better venue, better drinks, better food.
And for the people who pay, it's always better for them. Like, of course. If you like paid $20 for at the bar, that's 2 drinks. If you paid $20 for this event, like you're gonna get way more.
Honestly, I think it's so bullshit. Like, some Halloween parties, it's like $50 for 2 cocktails, watered down gin and tonics. Fuck no. So it's more like, okay, I'm going to
not a Hush Mama party. At a Hush Mama party, you get the bang for your buck. The bang.
You get the bang for your buck for sure, or at least we try to. But anyways, did we go on another tangent?
And then, okay, so the last thing, I guess, regarding money is the low-key stealth cheapo or the ninja cheapo, So people who are like, always tries to avoid paying.
Yeah, oh my God. I've had friends like that. Like in college. Cool. Oh my God, in college especially because, everyone's broke in college.
Yeah.
But then they also all have FOMO. So it's like, if you're like legit, like, oh, I'm so broke, I can't do this, that's fine. But it's like you always show up, but like low key, you should like never pay for anything.
That's not cool.
Especially because, okay, so we had this one friend in college. She is a giver. Mm-hmm. And especially when she's drunk and in a good mood, she'll literally pay for everything.
Nice. Those are the best friends.
Well, she's awesome. But the thing is, like, there were so many people that took advantage of her.
Yeah, that's not
And
cool.
I just felt so bad. And we literally, me and my other friends, we had to sit her down and be like, you are being fucking used.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because she would have all these like stealth cheapos around her. And suddenly, like, when it's time to pay, they're all like looking away.
Yeah.
Or like suddenly like, where's my wallet? Oh yeah, that where's my wallet thing is just so fucking...
That is bad.
It's... Just don't even pretend.
Or like trying to like get out of your seat later so that someone
or
goes
like
up to the counter
suddenly
first.
going to the bathroom.
Yeah. You know what? I think the conclusion to all of this is we got to be more brave and direct about just splitting money and being fair about it. And I think we're the casualties because, you know, we try to do it right.
The casualties, yeah.
But a lot of people don't care about it, or a lot of people try to flake out, and we just got to be more brave about calling them out.
Honestly, I'm a lot better at it now because,
Yeah,
you know,
me too.
I'm really direct. I'm a direct person in general, right? But oh my God, like this reminds me, one of my really good friends, he was like that where whenever he gets drunk, he would just buy everything. And I think his friends they're all cool people. Like I'm friends with them too. But I think it became this thing where everyone was like used to him being the one that pays.
Yeah.
And it's not like, guys, pay me back later. Like, because when he's drunk, he's in such a good mood. He's like, it's on me. But I feel like as friends, you should also recognize if you have a friend that's like drunk and always like doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't let them do that.
Yeah. Or treat them.
Or
another
treat
time.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Totally. If you
Everybody, you have to be like socially conscious about these things.
But I really don't think it's as common as it should be.
Really?
Like I like having friends like that or having people like that.
I've had quite a few people like that in my life. So I'm usually the type of person that will be like, okay, when they're sober, I'll be like, this is what you do when you're drunk.
Oh, no. I'm not talking
about?
I'm not talking about people that spend a lot and get I'm talking about people
the stealth cheapos?
No, I'm talking about the good friends. Like people are like, hey, like you're paying too much. Like I don't think you should be doing this all the time.
Right.
Like I'm saying, sorry for the confusion. I think it's not nice people are not that common, or good people are not that common. Like the friend that will say, hey, like you're paying too much.
I wouldn't say it's not even like because people aren't nice. I think it's because a lot of people aren't aware. I truly believe that because I have a lot of friends.
They're not aware of the fact that they should be nice
like,
about this.
No, or they're not even aware of the fact like, oh, wait, hold up. Let me look at the situation. This person is doing this all the time. Maybe I should let them know. Like nobody really like thinks like that because at that moment, everyone's like drinking. It's like, yeah, great.
Yeah,
thanks.
That's true.
And it's done.
Yeah.
And doesn't mean they're shitty friends. It just means they're not as observational because I'm like a very observational
Same
person.
with me. Anytime someone swipes a card, like
spirit animal.
Anytime swipes a card, even if it's not me, like I tally up the bill in my head. I'm like, okay, like so this person has so far spent that that much, and I do it for everyone, including
me too.
myself.
I do it for and then I will like if
try
I feel
to be
like
the equivalent, you know?
Yeah, same.
But it stresses me out when other people don't keep track of you. And you're like, bitch, like I spent this much. You didn't keep track of it, so you don't even know that I spent that much.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I realized like a long time ago that we can't put that on other people because we're the ones that get stressed out.
It's like a personality thing,
Yeah,
right?
it is truly a personality thing.
It's not really their fault.
So I don't like hate on people that don't do that, but like I do it for people.
But since it's a personality difference, we should be more brave about making other people aware if that's necessary.
Yeah. Okay. How do you handle like money things with friends, like lending?
Really depends on the friend. I usually try not to lend money, but I will lend money as long as I can trust them. And before I lend my friend money, I will always let them know, like, hey, listen, like, I'm usually sensitive about lending money, so I will lend it to you, but please be punctual about like when you pay me back. Like I will like lay it out very clearly before lending the money. Like I won't be like, oh yeah, like here's the money, like pay me back whenever. Like I won't do that. I'm not that type of guy.
Oh, okay. So for me, it's a little different. Obviously, it depends on who, and usually I'll say no. It depends on like the reason. No, because I feel like you shouldn't really let that kind of thing mix. Then when I do lend my friends money, I don't expect it back because that's the only way I'll be okay with it. Because I don't know, I feel like you kind of get disappointed at them and kind of like you lose trust and a little bit of respect if they like don't pay you back.
Well, that's what I kind of say. Like when I lend people money, I make it clear that I probably will lose a little bit of trust, and this will probably make things kind of awkward if you don't pay me back. So it's kind of the same, except for I'm more like I expect it, and you're more like
I don't expect it.
I don't expect it. Yeah.
And you know what? Like so. I have like a really good example. So I have this one friend. She was my childhood friend. I've known her for over 2 decades.
Damn,
And
you're old, man.
well, I'm younger than you, so what does that say?
Yeah, but body-wise, like looks-wise.
Okay,
No, I'm just kidding.
does not even make sense. Okay, anyways, so basically she's a childhood friend of mine, and one day she randomly messaged me, and we hadn't talked in like months, or I would say maybe even over a year. She randomly like texted me and she's like, "Hey Adam, how are you doing? Blah blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah." And I already felt it was weird the way she was like talking to me after.
It's like, get to the point.
Yeah. So I was like, "Okay, is something going on? What's going on?" And she was like, so basically I was wondering if I could borrow $1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah. And I was like, "For what?" And she's like, I just really want to travel.
Uh-huh.
And you look like you're always traveling. So I was wondering if you had $1,000 to spare. And I was like, okay, to give you a bit of background, she basically didn't go to college right away. And there's nothing wrong with that. But she legit like, because in Korea, the system is you try once
there's a
year.
track.
There's So she got in on her 3rd year of trying. So she got in later. And that's fine too. But you should be focused, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And
if that is your
she
goal.
was telling me, and she was telling me like she was super stressed because like she was behind all her peers and that she had a lot of student like loans. And that while everyone was like off looking for internships, she had to like hustle and work because she had to like make money for herself. So this girl, amidst all of that, is like, I really want to borrow $1,000 from you so I could travel because I need a break. And I was like,
so random. That's kind of like a diss to you. Like, I think that's disrespectful.
yeah. And at that point, I was already working. I had graduated.
Yeah.
And I was already working. And this girl was in her like 1st year. And I was like, I was like,
yeah.
no.
If it's like I really need this money like urgently for some urgent situation, like maybe, but because I want to travel, that's disrespectful.
So I was like, no, I actually don't have $1,000 to spare to fund your travels. And she was like, but you always travel. You must have $1,000 and you work.
She even said that?
Yeah, she said that. And I was like, bitch.
That's like friendship cut material right there.
Well, which is why I did cut her out of my life.
Yeah.
She kind of still pops up and we're still Instagram friends. So she'll like leave comments and be like, I miss you or something like that. I don't know. But I feel like once she said that, I was like, okay.
Yeah. That's not cool.
Bye.
Yeah.
But okay, so I have a friend like that. But then another time, one of my best friends,
Okay, sorry. I just have to mention that Hush Mama's hat says thick thighs save
lives. Yeah.
So Hush Mama. Okay,
yeah,
continue on.
They do. It's all about being...
So do you save lives with your thick thighs?
With my thick thigh. Thick with 2 C's, mind you.
Thick with 2 C's, no K.
Yeah, no K.
Very important. There's a difference.
There's a distinction, for sure.
Yes. Your other friend.
Oh, yeah, my other friend. Okay, so he was having a hard time. He had graduated. He couldn't find a job, but his rent was still going out, and he had like 8 credit cards and maxed out, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was having a hard time, but then we were all meeting up in New York, and he was like, honestly, I can't afford it. And I was like, I haven't seen you in 2 years.
Yeah.
I'll lend you the money for the flights.
But that when you lent him the money, knowing his situation, it's more like, I'm not expecting
I wasn't
it
expecting it back.
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
So I was, and he was like, I don't know when I could pay you back. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
And you never got paid
Once
back.
and I never got paid back. And you know what? That's fine.
You know, even, I don't know, like for me personally, I couldn't accept that. Or at least like I would expect a message like once a year being like, hey, I still can't pay you back.
No, I'd completely let it go. But then the funny thing is, so I was back in the States last year for a friend's wedding, and then I met up with him, and he basically, he's such a cutie. He like took out like $100 from his ATM. He was like, oh shit, like he just gave me the cash, and he was like, because I was like, do you have cash? I don't have cash, because we were at like a farmer's market.
So you weren't like low key like reminding him. You were legit out of cash.
No, I was legit out of cash because I only had my card, and it was a farmer's market, and it was like very cash whatever. And I didn't have a debit card because I don't have an account in America anymore. So anyways, he like legit just took out $100. He's like, just keep it on. And I was like, I can pay you back later. And he was straight up like, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars he spent on me, and I truly lost track, but I do know that this is nothing.
Okay, well, I guess that's a nice gesture.
And I was like so touched that he remembered. I legit thought he forgot. Because he like, I love him. He's one of my bestest friends, but like, he forgets a lot of things. He's one of those guys where a lot of things just like, right over his head.
You lent him the money, like knowing that you're
but
not
when he
probably
gave me the
gonna get
cash,
that,
I was so touched. And yeah, I went hard on that farmer's market with that cash. I was like, yeah,
gotta buy that lambskin condom.
What? Is that a thing?
Like back in the 1700s, yeah.
Lambskin?
Yeah, that's what condoms were originally made out of.
What the fuck? How did I not know that?
Google it. It's very
Today
interesting.
I learned. Fun fact.
You know what? I think we talked about a lot of shit today, and I think it's we could wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up on the condom note. I see what you did there, Shin. Nice. We need to end
No
right
pun
now.
intended.
No pun intended.
Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up, kids.
Bye.
Stay safe. 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 Safe.